And then whenever we need to get out, there's got to be a fire alarm there somewhere. We can hit that.
My only issue is, as we said, we've triggered off that thing for your world's Chen. That could already have been discovered, and also we are, that's someone who's important that's swanning around. What if this world's Chen doesn't act like our Chen? Someone's going to pick up on that very quickly.
I can help her with that, trust me.
Yeah, honestly, Learn, we did that like an hour ago.
Yeah, alright.
We're not going to pick it up yet, so if we do it quickly, then we probably won't have an issue.
Our Chen is a pretty good actor.
It's not really more risky than
I need Learn to serve as my personal doctor.
I don't think.
No, I'm being implanted as a prisoner.
No, actually, that's a better idea.
Oh, you forget this world is.
No. Chen admits you, takes you, and you're Chen's Korean informer as a doctor. She comes with you,
No, I thought we were implanting me as a mental person.
No, we plant you in there first, and then if shit gets iffy, Chen reveals you to be her secret undercover agent inside.
I think we're making this way too complicated.
Tibbs says, maybe. I don't think that our Crystal Chen would have a Quarian.
Not only that, Cerberus is too paranoid. Cerberus is too paranoid for that. They wouldn't let her or him anywhere near anything important. Is the thing.
Remember, human supremacy.
She's thinking back to what the Salarian told her. That when the Salarian teenager was saying, I know what you guys do.
I can help.
Prisoners. So she's imagining the worst for Lun. Even for 10
I
minutes.
can defend myself more than you think I can.
But at any rate, I think that's the best idea we have, because if worst comes to worst, you can give the guards the slip or tell them to go somewhere else, or once Trissy starts her distraction, you can send her somewhere else, and then we can go through the few guards that actually remain in the parts that we need to get through.
I'm the purple lady here has a point.
Yeah, I vote we do that.
Because even if Aya has incriminated you, she uses you in quotes, a mental facility is the last place that's going to get updated on gossip. And how many days ago did you do this incrimination?
Today.
A couple of hours.
Okay, yeah, they definitely don't know yet. Only the high-ranking people, I'm sure, actually know anything about it. They're not going to get everywhere at once.
Yeah. And if we take our ship, we could get to Earth pretty fast, too.
Yeah. I'm driving that one, by the way.
Yeah, it might be a little bit cooler than your car.
A little
I don't know about that. My car's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Tibbs asks, so are we decided then?
Yep.
Depends on what Chen says.
Everybody turns to Crystal Chen.
I've set my piece.
Good. Alright, let's do this shit.
So as you guys are leaving, Tibbs will tell Darren that he wants him to stay for a sec.
What have I done now?
That could have gone a whole lot better, he says. He sort of relaxes a bit. When everybody's gone, he relaxes a bit to the normal Tibbs that you know. That could have gone a whole lot better.
It could have gone worse.
I don't know, Darren. He says, I'm trying to do what Charles would do, and it's just hard. I'm not as charismatic as he is. I'm not as professional as he is.
Well, don't be Charles. Be Tibbs. You can't.
I don't think this group needs Tibbs right now. He says.
I think every group needs Tibbs right now. Honestly, if you compare yourself to him, you're never going to live up to your perception of him. Charles has his flaws, everyone does. You can't be perfect, so don't. You need to just, I don't know, figure out what your strengths are and play to them.
He nods a little bit. Then he turns towards your direction and looks into your eyes and says, "Did you know Rain in your universe?"
No, Rain. Is there something going on between you two, or?
No, he says. I'm not. She's not my type.
Yeah, I
He
didn't
says.
think so, but different universes and stuff.
We, back in the day, flirted back and forth all the time, but that's all that ever went. That's all that ever came from it.
Yeah.
He walks a little closer towards your direction. Walks a little closer to you.
So, how do you know Rain then? Like, I guess what is she to you? To us, I don't know.
Rain and I were part of the group that I guess was the preliminary FOTG. We didn't call ourselves that at the time.
Yeah.
FOTG came later after we met Charles.
So,
To make a long story short, we had to make a split decision. The three of us. I was friends with her first for a very long time, and I have to admit we went through a lot.
yeah.
Then you came along, and we became really close. And as he's saying that, he walks closer towards your direction. He walks closer towards you. And then he says, and I think she got a little jealous of that.
Well, I can understand, I am pretty irresistible. He sort of just grins.
He swallows very, and he walks up towards you, and you guys are like inches face to face. The hairs are starting to stick up behind, like in the back of your neck a little bit, I think.
Matt is gonna be so happy.
And Darren turns his head away.
Darren turns his head away. When you do, he puts his head down a little bit, like, a little embarrassed. He blushes a little bit and he backs off. And he says, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's just...
No, it was really a dumb thing for me to assume,
You're not Tibbs and I'm not Darren. We literally met today, and we just sort of need to treat it like that, I think. I can't just, replace him with you, and it's not fair on you, it's not fair on him.
He swallows again.
I think we just need to be friends first,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, man.
He rubs his right eye a little bit. Sorry,
So, mission we have to do.
Yeah. Here, he says. He takes out a chip from his pocket and he hands it to you. When you guys finally rescued Danimus, give him this, please. He'll know what to do with it.
Will do.
Depending on the situation, we have a very important mission for him on Earth. And it's very important that he gets this when you rescue him.
Yeah. Okay. I'll talk to you later, man. And Darren leaves.
He leaves, and before you leave the door, he says, Darren.
Yeah?
The last time I saw Rain, we were in a sticky situation, and I had to choose whether or not I had to go with her or go with you. I chose you, he says as his voice cracks a little bit.
I appreciate that.
See ya.
See ya.
You leave, and he sits down in front of on his desk, and he puts his hands on his head and shakes it as the scene fades. Whew, okay. Oh, the drama.
Cold,
Yes.
Darren, cold.
Honestly, Darren's not feeling any
Evil.
better. Darren's not feeling any better about it. It's just
Darren would play the bigger person to not do it anyway.
I know.
Mm.
Cold.
maybe later, but not right now.
If there is a later.
Session 9, they will be hopping like bunnies.
Meanwhile, I have a good question. So, Lun, you took the files. Remember, you took your own file from Aya.
Got a
Yeah,
copy
did you see-
of it.
Did you see any of the other files? Just out of curiosity, I'm just curious.
I don't think I did. No, I only passed over the one.
Okay. You only
I
passed
would
over the one.
I would have given you a copy of the others if you had asked for them.
I mean, would I have shared all the files with like the meeting?
I think she probably, yeah. Like at least the relevant files.
Or maybe passing them around soon, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to, just to say, so we don't have to go back, do you want to, like, say that you pass Lun, maybe you were about to pass Lun the files, but you didn't at that moment, so now you're passing her and all the other files. Lun, one of the things that you do when you go through the files is your eyes gravitate towards Alabon Finston.
I knew it. Sorry.
Alabon Finston looks very familiar.
Thought so.
Alabon Finston is the gentleman that you saw die in his ship with the chip in his head. That was Alabon Finston.
I was gonna sit down and kind of flick through the file quickly, like for more details.
Find anything interesting?
Possibly.
Hmm.
Kind of more going for like the family and.
You're going through the family and you see that he has one child named Lucas Finston, married to Trissy Finston.
Okay.
Wow, my sister gets around.
Ooh, main squad's gonna want to see this episode.
And gonna kind of be like, so kind of wondering, see where he is now.
It says, according to him, he went missing approximately 5 years ago.
Lucas or. Well.
Lucas is currently on Earth, living in some sort of orphanage.
Orphanage. Oh,
His parents are deceased. His parents are deceased.
Oh,
Trissy died of an illness.
I thought Lucas was married to Trissy.
No, Lucas is their son.
Okay.
Let me specify. It's not an orphanage per se. More like he's in some sort of a community, Cerberus sponsored community on Earth.
Oh joy.
Cerberus Union.
Oh joy. Well, I'm gonna make a note of that anyway, and if we get to it, we can possibly make a pit stop there.
Finston. I remember that guy. He was a Cerberus informant. A Blue Sun's informant back in Purple. Back in our universe, and
Yeah.
I never got around to actually catching him. But he was indirectly responsible for my parents' deaths.
Oh. Well, so you technically have a part of him with you sat right here. He kind of points at his head.
So that's where you got your bios again.
Yeah.
So should I pry him from you and crush him with
I'd
in my
rather
hands?
you didn't. I kind of need this chip right now.
Yeah.
Maybe after when I don't need some hidden special powers.
Don't worry.
I think
I wouldn't do
Rain
that.
with them actually right now. By the way, I think that she split off.
Well, I guess if it made you feel better, he didn't have the most graceful death.
Well,
To be honest, no one suffered to die that way.
well, if it were me, I would give him a fast, easy death. Nothing too hard on him. No one deserves to suffer as much as they did.
I mean, it's not the same sun, so I guess passing on the message is a bit pointless.
A bit, maybe. It's kind of nice knowing that I didn't inflict the same thing on another kid that he was partial to do for me.
No, the chip killed him. No one else.
Mm.
But, yeah. Well, if we have time, maybe. I guess
Maybe.
I feel like if we have time.
We'll see.
Get through some karmic loophole, it counts.
Come on, we'll do fine. We'll get all this done, no trouble whatsoever. Just might make sure I don't kill Tamaeus right away. I might. I'm not sure I can keep control.
If you want, I can handcuff you. I heard that's what human women are into right now.
Oh, Loon, I thought you'd never ask.
So would that be Ayun, Laya, Lunya? I think that would be Lunya. We have another ship sailing, all aboard. Okay, so Crystal Chen, meanwhile, while this is happening, you hear a voice call out to you. It's Trissy's voice. Does Trissy refer to you as Miss Chen, Dr. Chen, Crystal Chen? How do you think Trissy would address you?
I think she's always said in your previous videos, like either Dr. Chen or Miss Chen.
I think she would have called you Dr. Chen.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Yeah, I'd say
But
so.
off duty, I think she will be casual.
Yeah.
So she would call you Crystal? Trissy would call you Crystal casually?
Yeah, or anyone. Anything that you feel is...
I don't think she would call her Chrissy. I think Trissy would be a little more respectful than that. Trissy will say...
I don't care.
Chrissy would be shipping Crystal and Trissy together. That would be Chrissy.
Yeah.
So, which I don't think the ship that has started sailing at this moment. Anyway, she walks up, but you never know. The door's always open.
Yeah, there's still time.
She walks up to Crystal, and she says, "So I heard about your other self here. How are you holding up with that? How are you dealing with that?" The photos make you look very authoritative, Trissy says.
You could be frank.
She seems like a total B. But I know that's not you. I just can't imagine what it'd be like if I came into this world and found out that I was the very thing that I probably would hate the most. Are you you okay? Trissy asks. Crystal, if you want me to be frank, I've known you for 3 years. We've all known you for 3 years. And yet, we don't know you. You always kind of kept to yourself in the med bay, which is fine. That's totally your choice. But I just feel like you never really opened up to any of us. And I don't think that's... I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's particularly healthy.
Come on, let's examine you. As I've heard that the Trissy in this universe has some kind of illness that may be deadly.
She'll humor you, and she won't argue about going to the doctor. You'll make your way over to the med bay area of this facility, and as you're walking, Trissy will say, you know, you can talk to me if you want, girl to girl. I'm pretty good about keeping things to myself. There's a whole lot of things about Darren I would love to talk about, but no, she said, really, Crystal, like I know something's bothering you. I've seen you in your office those days. There's definitely something in your head, and I feel like it's something that you want to express, whether you would like to admit it to yourself or not.
Do you think Lun is in danger?
This question kind of surprises Trissy a little bit, and she says, Lun? Lun is probably one of the more level-headed people in the group, I would think. I don't think so. Why? Let me put it this way. I don't think that Lun is any more in danger here than any of the other non-humans here, which I guess doesn't say much from what I've been hearing. It's weird, though. While I'm up there in the Citadel, everyone seems so happy. But I can't help but feel like it's a little bit of a forced happiness, in a way. It's kind of eerie. I felt it.
Perhaps. I have not formed a definite opinion on this whole place.
Do you know what the scary thing is? Trissy asks. If I didn't know any better and I actually lived in the Citadel, I probably would eat all of this up. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think that President Timothy would have been the best thing since sliced bread. It's definitely convincing up there. Almost like... She pauses. Almost like people are being indoctrinated into happiness.
And Crystal keeps a mental note of that. It's a good reminder. It's what I had a run-in with a Solarian earlier today while you were out shopping.
Oh? She asks.
He made implications of torture, or something I assume would be similar, for prisoners or people under confinement.
Did you tell that to the rest of the group?
The captain might have heard it, but I have not had a chance to talk about it. They were so busy with their rescue mission.
And you're not very happy with that, are you?
I don't know.
Well, I was listening to your plan, and it sounds like Lun would be kept in as the best hands as possible. I mean, especially with you and Aya there at the facility. You guys can keep an eye on him and make sure nothing happens to him.
But the captain is going in first. And we are to leave Lun for I don't know how long. It's not going to be instantaneous, the transition between the two of us.
He volunteered though, right?
He did?
Then I think that we should respect that. I mean, we all took a risk coming out here in the first place, right? We knew that we might not come back. We knew that a lot of us may not make it through, but we did it anyway, for the better of our people back home. And I think whatever Tibbs is doing this, they're trying to do the same thing. For whatever they can do, whoever can help them with their people here. I don't think that's a terrible thing.
Do you trust this organization? This Friends of the Galaxy?
Honestly, I haven't been around long enough to really make a judgment. You guys know these people longer than I.
Somehow I feel the same way as you.
I just kind of feel useless, you know? I mean, Trissy, go clean the toilet. Trissy, go shop for movies. Trissy, why don't you just stay here and worry your little head not because we think you might have some sort of fatal disease and blah blah blah.
Yeah, you have proven your competence.
Well, thank you. Maybe I need to voice what's on my mind more often too then. Much to Darren's chagrin.
Yes. You're doing a good job.
Look, she says, Crystal, if your business is your business, if you don't want to share whatever it is that is bothering you, that's fine. But I'm just telling you, not as a patient, not as a fellow Vault member, but as a friend. If you want to talk about it, if you're ready, I'm here. And I swear to any confidentiality, the same confidentiality that you give all your patients with their business. I figure you help other people, all of our people, heal what ails them. The least I could do is do it back for you, you know? She gives you a smile. Darren, when you leave Tibbs, are you gonna go see Trissy at the doctor? Because I think that's where she said she was going next.
That's what Darren will do.
You're gonna go over to the doctor, and you see that Trissy will be there. I don't know if Crystal just dropped Trissy off and isn't hanging around, or if Crystal left.
Stick around because she offered to examine Trissy. She's not gonna make a lie.
For the record, during the 3 years that you guys were there, Crystal did not see any signs of Trissy having some sort of a bizarre illness. Dr. Sohan will look over Trissy, and when Darren comes in, Dr. Sohan is going to finish up her checkup, her diagnostics. And Dr. Sohan says, well, Miss Arnett, I am happy to say I don't see a trace of any illness on you, lethal or otherwise. Your cholesterol level might start to be a tad high, but with a little bit of exercise, I think that you should be fine. Well, I haven't had much chance for exercise in the vault, Trissy says.
That's literally what I did in the vault.
And I do admit, lately, since we left the vault and had more of Otto's cooking, I might have started leaning towards more of the greasier foods than before.
You'll have to tell Otto you want a diet.
No, please don't use that word around me, Trissy says. Sohan turns to Darren and says, Trissy is fine. She is completely clean as far as I can tell.
You sure? You checked everything.
I checked everything. She says, of course, that doesn't mean she can't get anything later on, of course. But in her system, she has nothing. Okay, she says, so don't start injecting myself with random syringes I see on the ground. Got it, Doc, Trissy says.
Wait, that's not a good idea? That could be where I've been doing all these years.
Trissy punches Darren on the shoulder.
Trissy can pop...
I know what you would... She kind of looks at Darren and says, I know what you'd like to stick yourself into.
By the way, she can probably tell that Darren's behaviour is slightly forced. Yeah. So, you're healthy. That's good to hear.
Yeah, who would have thought, she says. Crisis averted, although that doesn't make me feel any better about my other me.
Yeah.
She asks Sohan, do you know what happened to the other me? Dr. Sohan shakes her head. She says, I'm afraid I never met the other you, so I wouldn't know. All right. So, Darren, she will take you out. She'll thank the doctor, and then she will leave Everybody in the audience is probably wondering what that means. If this Trissy is completely healthy, then what does that mean?
Well, I'm wondering that, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I'm sure
yes.
we'll find out.
As you guys are leaving the hallway, Trissy is going to say, "So, how's Kit?" she asks.
Probably be better off if I hadn't turned up.
What are you talking about? I thought you guys were, catching up.
He tried to kiss me, and I just couldn't.
Oh, and did you?
No, I just couldn't do it.
Oh.
I wanted to. It's like you spend so much time thinking this is what you want, and then it's happening, and it's all so fast, and I just couldn't do it. It's like feels like I'm cheating on him with him. It's just
that kind of makes sense.
I mean,
but Darren, your Tibbs, he's gone.
Exactly.
It technically wouldn't be cheating per se.
Well,
I mean, guys weren't even married. It's not like the whole "to death do you part" even really applies in this case. Not that I'm telling you that what you did was wrong. I'm just saying you don't have to beat yourself up over it.
It's not having a relationship that's the problem. I've had relationships since Tibbs. It's the fact that it's him. It's like it feels like I'm trying to replace him with him, and it's just not right, you know? It's just it felt too soon, you know? Like, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I don't know, just...
You don't want to rush things. And I think that's...
Like,
I think that's very admirable of you.
I literally met this guy today, and it's... I can't just assume he's the same person. He shouldn't either. It's not fair on either of us, or... us. I don't know. This is too deep for me.
I was going to say, Darren, that's probably the most mature thing I've ever heard you say.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
This is really bothering you, isn't it? You normally don't talk like this.
Yeah, I know. It's... Since we traveled to this universe, it seems to be constant. Perhaps, yeah, me's just, more emotionally deep. I think I just need to get to know him first, but now I kind of feel like I fucked that up.
I mean, if what you guys said about the Darren here is true, he's probably hurting as well.
Yeah, I know he is. I just don't know if I can help.
Well, like you said, just be friends first.
Yeah.
If something happens, great. If something doesn't happen,
that's probably for the
okay.
best. Did I do the wrong thing?
Trissy smiles. No, Darren. I don't think you did the wrong thing.
Thanks. Sometimes you need to hear that.
I just want you to be happy.
Yeah.
I know I don't say that as enough, but you know it's true.
I know it's true. With everything else going on, part of me feels selfish for, even thinking about this. It's like, we were sent here to try and, save our world. We're trying to help these people, and all I can think about is him.
He, seemed to be a bit distracted, too, so I think he's probably wondering if having you around is complicating... Well, I guess it is complicating things.
Yeah, maybe I should just leave him be. Like I said in the shift, what of me coming here is seeing him is not better for him. When did I become so noble? Can I just be selfish?
Darren, I've seen you with your Tibbs, and I think the reason why I've never seen you this genuine is because the last time I saw you this genuine was with him.
He did bring it out in me. Guess he still does.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Maybe that's why I miss the guy so much, too. You know?
Yeah.
She takes her arm and she kind of wraps it around your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. She kind of leans her head against yours. Like, tilts her head against yours.
Yeah, and he sort of does the same thing back. Yeah, I hope it will be.
So far, this session has not gone at all how I originally had envisioned it. You guys made up your own plan, which I like. So I'm sort of, I too am kind of winging it right now, improvising, because this is totally not what I originally thought was going to happen going in. So,
Hey.
No, Bravo Squad, no, I gave you guys an opportunity to come up with a plan, and it's good that you guys are keeping.
Also, Trissy has another job. She can look after Lucas.
Well,
you guys will make your way to leave to get on board your ship. Tibbs will be there to see you off, to wish you all good luck. And as you guys are leaving, he'll turn to Darren and say, "Be careful."
Aren't I always?
Be careful. He repeats again.
I will be. And I'll get back.
You better, he says.
Rain's gonna call out, "Come on, lover boy!" And she's gonna kind of like open up the door to her car because her car is parked outside.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh. Describe your vehicle. If you don't have an image, I think you have an image somewhere.
I don't have an image. Basically, it's just like, think of a green sports car and then slap a compact Mass Effect field generator in the back, and it's very heavily modified and it has a lot of seating in the back.
Okay.
Nice.
And Krista's gonna examine it.
And then, unless you guys are gonna examine the interior, that's pretty much all you really need to know about it.
Are we getting in the car?
Yeah, you're getting in the car.
Shotgun.
You going into your car. Everybody packs in.
Fine, then I'll sit with the ladies.
There you go. And you drive and make your way to, I guess, wherever you dropped off Morden's ship, because you took Morden's ship to get here. And then I guess Rain will park her car somewhere, and you guys will get onto Morden's ship, because Morden's ship's not going to be able to pick up Rain's car.
No.
The Normandy can, but Morden's ship can't, especially not with all you packed into it.
So she's just gonna be like, I've got more cars where we're going, don't worry.
She'll park. All right, fine. She'll park it somewhere, and you guys will make your way up into the Normandy. Rain, this will probably surprise you a bit when the Normandy ship comes into view. The Normandy SR-1.
She's gonna kind of nod and be like, "Nice. It's very vintage."
What did I say? Our ship is impressive. Got the state-of-the-art stealth technology ship up and working
Still not
again.
as cool as my ship, but I can give props where props are due.
Well, did your ship fly, Commander Shepard? I don't think so. So...
She's just gonna kind of shrug.
You guys end up flying, setting your coordinates to Earth. Darren will be taking you guys there. The trip ends up being relatively smooth, and when you arrive at Earth, you will once again, I'm assuming, not land the Normandy there, but I'm assuming you're going to take Morden's ship again down to Earth.
I think it would be something like having it maybe near Mars.
Sure, that's fine.
Have it out of immediate view of
Sure.
like Earth sensors and stuff like that.
That's fine. The So I think the first group is going to consist of Aya, Crystal, and Lun. Is that my understanding? That's the first
Lun
group?
and Aya are going to go in first. Aya's going to admit Lun, and then as Aya is leaving, Crystal's going to show up and do the emergency security inspection. And be like, don't worry about Aya because she's my blah blah.
Okay.
And the ride to Earth, Rain is drilling Chen to act like Chen.
Okay. That's fine.
No, more bitch face.
Yeah, more bitch face, pretty much. No, you, it is your God-given right to have respect. You need to act like it.
To act like
You guys get over to the Cerberus facility. It is a gated facility. Outwardly, it looks nice. It doesn't look like, a prison on a hill or anything. It looks not resort-wise, not resort-like, but like you wouldn't necessarily look at it and think, oh, that's where they keep all the crazies. Where the crazies right now. It's very well kept. The lawn is again beautiful. You go into the gates. Aya comes with Lun. The guards will ask for your ID, which was provided to you by the resistance. Aya will show the ID. The guard will say everything looks good and will let you in. And then eventually you will be taken to the front desk of the facility. Now, is Lun... Are you putting Lun in a straitjacket? Like, how is this... What's going on? Like, how are you presenting Lun? Lun's coming in
Wait,
we're not the voices! The voices!
No, I'm thinking like Rain's
Maybe
gonna be
say-
like, sorry about this, and hit Lun up with a tranquilizer so he's all loopy and drugged.
Well, you could just, I guess, if they're just making people disappear, you could be like, yeah, total crazy. He was trying to run a resistance. Total crazy.
I think I will be like, I've caught a resistance member, and she will push Lun with her robot arm, so he almost falls flat on his face.
All right, Lun pushes. You push Lun, and Lun falls to the ground. Lun, describe how Lun is behaving. How is he behaving?
Like, I guess when he falls, he'll kind of try and kick up to get Aya in the face, but purposely miss.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of look like he's, not gonna take it lying down, kind of thing.
There will be several facility guards, who will immediately approach Lun and grab him. One on each side, grab him by the arms, and the person at the front desk will thank Aya for the trouble, and one of them goes up to you and says, "Here for your trouble," and slips a little something 200 credits. Slips a little 200 credits for you. For meeting your quota, I guess we can say.
Probably shout at, be like, enjoy your money, Cerberus lapdog scum.
All right. Go this way. The guards will are you giving a little bit of a struggle, or
Just a little bit, not like massively, enough to kind of cause them to start being violent. Maybe just a little bit of a shove.
You're struggling enough so that it's believable, but not so much that they're gonna smack you across the face, and they will take you into an elevator, go up a few floors, and take you past a bunch of rooms. Now, some of the rooms vary from jail cells. They don't take you to the jail cells. There are some rooms that have the four walls with padding. You hear screaming down the hall of just crazy, like, gibberish nonsense that you don't know about, and you hear some Solarian screaming. He's screaming, "None of this is real," he says. "We're all being controlled by random people around the computer playing a game. We're just a game to them. Let us out," one of them says. The guards just shakes his head as he walks past that one. They take you into a room which is not that badly furnished. I mean, there's it's not a jail cell because there aren't like bars, but it's more like a room with a door which they will lock. There'll be a slot, there'll be a place where they'll be able to give you food, but the room does have its own couch. There's a twin bed over there. There's like a bathroom area with there is a table with a desk. I mean, it's as incarcerated places go, it's nice enough.
Could get
And
used to this.
yeah, it's nice enough. And you stay there probably for an hour until somebody knocks on the door and says it's time for lunch. So everybody in the facility will they'll implant when they were taking you through processing, they implanted something into your left wrist basically, which you probably can guess is some sort of tracking device.
Okay, that's gonna be a problem.
And you probably guess too that you probably can deduce again with your Quarian knowledge that it could also be a way to keep you within certain areas of the building. So if you meander outside of the boundaries, it'll probably give you some sort of electric shock.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fiddle with that later. I'll have a fiddle with that out with them later.
But they take you to the scanner and they don't seem to notice anything out of the ordinary on you. They don't catch the electronic bug. And they take you into a cafeteria of sorts. And when you are in the cafeteria, there's all these various different creatures, pretty much all non-human. I don't think you see... Maybe there's a couple humans in here, but for the most part, virtually everyone here is non-human.
What a surprise!
Yes. You line up into the dextro area, and right in front of you right behind you is looks like a Quarian, but not really. If you turn to your roll 20, your D20, this is what the person looks like. He's not dressed in this outfit, but like in the face and in the skin, that's what he looks like. Lun, you have heard about this kind of species, but you've never come upon these kind of species before. He appears to be a human Quarian mix. He seems to be a human Quarian mix, and he looks a little nervous, a little shaky. And he's in line behind you, and he sort of asks, "So, you're new, right?"
Yeah.
My name is Chris, he says as he holds up his hand.
Nice to meet you, Lun. We'll kind of just wave.
Yeah. So, what are you in here for?
Anti-Cerberus, they didn't like it.
Oh. So they used the fact that you were crazy as an excuse. Okay, I see. He's very jittery and seems very nervous.
Okay. I guess you're here for the same?
Oh, no. He says, I'm here because, well, he looks around. Then he leans in. I'm not actually from here, he says.
Okay. Where are you from?
No. I'm from well, I'm from another reality. He nods matter-of-factly.
I can tell how you feel.
Really? Wow, nobody's ever said that to me before.
Yeah.
Can we be friends? He asks.
Sure, why not?
Oh, good. It's really hard to make friends here. People kind of, well, they look at me funny, and, well, I mean, a lot of these people, they don't really bathe all that often, and some of them are just plain scary, and between you and me, just plain crazy.
Yeah.
You get your food from the dextro line, and you guys go ahead and sit at a table, and Chris will recognize somebody. It is a Taurian that's sitting on the table. The Taurian is poking at his food. He seems very quiet. And hi Octavius, Chris says. Octavius looks up. He's got his kind of his head on his hand as he's poking at the food of the other hand. He looks up at Chris momentarily, and then he looks back down to his food without responding. Chris sits down in front of him at the table, and Loon follows, and he says, Octavius, this is my new friend, Loon. Loon, this is Octavius Victrinus.
Hi.
He's not from here either.
Okay.
But I think he's from another somewhere from where I am.
Okay. Can I look at Octavius and be like, is that true?
Octavius looks up at you and says, what does it matter?
Just curious.
Chris kind of breaks the silence and says, well, yeah, Octavius, he's not very talkative. He's kind of been through a lot.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
So, how are you liking the place?
Well, the room's okay, I guess. Better than what I got on where I was from. So.
It's not so bad here. I mean, yeah, there's the whole lack of going everywhere we want, but hey, we go do a lot of activities. Well, some of us are allowed to. And the movies are good. Movie night is good.
What? Please tell me it's not Fleet and Flotilla.
I mean, we have that, but that's not the only thing we have.
Oh my goodness, thank whatever. It's not Fleet and Flotilla all the time.
You also notice that when he says it's not so bad over here, Octavius kind of grunts. As if he, disagrees with Chris right now.
Well, I guess you can show me around where we're meant to go, right? Both of you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely easy for you to know where not to go. Oh, trust me, I've learned the hard way. Not on purpose, just I tend to get distracted really easily. If you couldn't tell, are you gonna finish that? He says when he points to the tray.
Sure.
The little glob of something.
You can have it.
He stabs it with a fork. And then he takes a little pouch that or a little sack that he has in his pocket, and he puts the food into the sack. And then he puts it away. Puts the food away.
Kind of watches and nods. Okay.
It's for a midnight snack.
Yeah, I understand.
It's it's a lot healthier if you space your meal, eat throughout the day instead of having 3 separate meals. It's healthier.
Just nods okay.
Is Loon gonna do anything or say anything while
he's
having
kind of looking out for the other Turian that he was here to find. I've forgotten his name.
Tamaeus Danimus.
Tamaeus, yeah.
I'm assuming you've seen a picture.
Yeah.
Of him.
That's why I'm getting the files. I was given the files so I know who to find.
Yeah.
You turn over and you see, you do kind of scan the area, and you do see what appears to be a Taurian that fits that description. This Taurian appears to what I would describe as the cool kids table, because there's this table at the other end where clearly some of the scarier looking folks are laughing and joking around with each other, and And Tamaeus is in the middle of it, kind of
Kinda-
giving like the
Yeah, you could just picture if like
being
London,
very broy.
yeah. If London
being
had a
very
match,
broy
like,
with them.
there we go, then sees it like, oh no. Faithful's like, yeah, this is not gonna happen easily.
At this point, Chris turns to you and says, "Who are you? Who are you looking at? Friend of yours?"
Not quite. Really, no. Though I do need to speak to them.
Oh, I don't think
Gonna
that's a
be
good idea.
hard, yeah.
Those are the scary ones I was talking about.
Yep, I can see that.
Why do you want to talk? What do you want to talk to them for?
I mean, kind of will think about it and be like, I was asked to pass on a message.
Ooh, I like messages. What message?
Hark, are we hearing all of this, by the way, because of the bug?
Do you have your bug on right now,
Probably,
Loon?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can hear all of this.
Just in case, I
That's
guess
fine.
he'd had it switched on just in case there is a case of,
Sure.
oh crap, get him out kind of
Yeah,
situation.
that's fine.
Aya
That's
standing
fine.
somewhere and just like trying her best to not say something because like she knows like it would be a bad thing to start talking to Lun while in the facility before Jen comes. It's like, oh my god, this guy.
Is there, like, we can't contact Lynn, though, can we?
I presume they could and it just can't
I
be
think
heard.
it's-
Yeah. I think it's just
I
more,
think it's two-way, isn't it? Is it
yeah, I think it's two
So-
ways. It's just more awkward for Lund to kind of communicate directly to them without looking weird. And again,
Yeah,
she's
she's
in a mental
Rain-
institution.
Rain's gonna basically say, don't breathe a word about breaking out, this guy has a loose mouth, just play it off, like, I can wait until later, just, no, don't. Like, she's been a rat, and she's been a mole before, it is coming out very obviously.
That's what time does lunch finish again?
In approximately 15 minutes.
Okay.
Change the subject.
So, Octavius, what are you in here for?
Merely existing, Octavius says.
Oh yeah, isn't that why most of us are here anyway?
Ask the chatty guy what his favorite food is, that'll get you 15 minutes.
Chris whispers to Loon and says, Octavius misses... He misses someone very important to him back home. Well, his home, not my home, his home. Chris, I suggest you change the subject immediately, Octavius says.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. Sorry, I shouldn't have pried. It must be nice to have somebody.
Oh yeah, he says, apparently we both ended up somehow here and we've been trapped. Well, not just here, but, here, Chris says. He's not going to believe you, Chris. I've been telling you many times, like, if you're gonna make any friends in here, you're gonna have to keep your story to yourself.
I can.
Octavius says.
It's fine. I can understand. There's multiple possibilities in this world, right? Anything can happen.
Octavius looks at you kind of funny and says, you certainly are in high spirits.
No.
Give it another couple of months. That smile on your face is gonna go away, trust me.
Yeah. Most likely.
Hey, I've been here longer than you, and I'm a lot less grumpier than you are, Chris says.
Who knows? Positive attitude. I have a friend who keeps telling me to be positive all the time.
It's at this point that Crystal Chen comes in by herself, correct?
Yes, and then she's going to grab Aya on the way in.
Crystal Chen will grab Aya on the way in, and everyone who sees Crystal will give her a salute and let her go wherever it is she needs to go. Crystal, if you want, you can make your way to the front desk of the facility, where there is a human female working at the desk. As soon as she sees you, she stands up. She gets from her chair, she stands up, and she salutes you. "May I help you, Miss Chen?" she says. What brings you here?" she says, as she's like trying to straighten up her paper. She's like straightening up her desk a little bit, cleaning off, a ring of from a mug or something, coffee mug or something, as she's wiping her desk frantically. "Sorry, we didn't expect a visit from you, Miss Chen." Like straightening up her files, just making sure everything is as OCD-ish as possible for Crystal.
Crane is going to say over the communicator with Ched, that's why it's called a surprise security inspection.